emotions. And also speaking with the management at the Browns, I just feel like this current time, I don't feel like our future is aligned with winning right now, and that's what I'm looking forward to do at this state of my career. I have a lot of love for Northeast Ohio and community that brought me into the league, but want to get to contending and winning playoff games and having a chance to be in games like today.
One thing I noticed about the Cleveland Browns depleted the positions is that they need to trade Myles Garrett, and I'm going to explain why. And here's the thing.
Look, I get the emotional attachment that you have to someone like Myles Garrett. It's just hard to walk away from someone who you know is going to walk right into the Hall of Fame when his career is over, who just set the single-season sack record, who is one of the most dynamic players that this game has ever seen at that position when you're just looking at his height, weight, speed, and his production. But yeah, I agree. This should have been done a year ago when he was clamoring for it, when he was saying, look, I want to be associated with a winner. I want to rack up wins. I want to play in a Super Bowl. I want my legacy to be more than just about individual accomplishments, and they didn't listen.
When we want to talk about truth regarding Myles, there's too much emotional attachment.
First down. Burrow is under pressure. He's sacked. And there it is.
Now, these emotional attachments are what caused teams like the Browns to be a lowly franchise for the last 3 decades. But if you think about it, if you trade Myles Garrett, it is golden at the end.
Well, Myles, I would be remiss. I'm from Cleveland. As from Browns fans everywhere, I'm sure they're very upset that you will be leaving Cleveland, most likely. But I did go from Cleveland to Philadelphia, and I do hear there's a team in the hunt in Pennsylvania potentially. So I'd be remiss if I don't take a second to try and woo you there. What do you think about Philadelphia?
I think they're looking great. I think their front four is outstanding. I think their front four is outstanding. I'm liking how these young guys are really getting after it, and I know you kind of expedited your exit.
I personally felt Cleveland Browns could have been a changed team had they just listened to Myles Garrett's request of being traded 2 years ago.
2 first-round picks and Jameson Williams to the Detroit Lions. Who says no, Greedy? If you're the Lions, you go to the Super Bowl with Aiden Hutchinson, Myles Garrett in that offense. And if you're the Browns, you have such a big rebuild. 2 first-round picks and get a young, explosive player. 17 touchdowns in his career, 70 yards per catch. You need so many weapons. You need so many holes to fill. If I'm the Browns, I do that to start the massive rebuild.
Graziano.
The smart decision for a team like Cleveland was always to trade Myles Garrett. I mean, no matter how great he does, it doesn't transition into wins.
Lewis, I mean, regardless of what the offer is, I was of the opinion that they should have traded him last year when he was demanding it, and I remain of the opinion they should trade him this year. They have such a long rebuild ahead of them that the best way to do it is to get the treasure trove, whatever it is that you wind up getting. Mike T is obviously being one of the most amazing offers.
I mean, broke an NFL sack record, and they still was almost the last team.
I would say they would probably take that. I've not heard about the Browns wanting to trade Myles Garrett. They could. The extension they did last offseason doesn't prohibit that in any way for the acquiring team, doesn't crush the Browns on dead money, but they've never indicated any interest in doing it. Maybe it's because they've never been offered something like this, which would be a pretty hard thing to say no to given where the Browns are in their franchise.
At this point, what do you got to lose? Stack up on those first-round picks.
What would be your ideal dream job? What organization would Myles Garrett would love to play for?
Well, I'm not really tied to any particular team in general right now. I just want to go out there and contend. I want to be playing meaningful games at the end of the season. Well, that's the end of the regular season, and going into the postseason as well. That's just that exciting brand of football, the legacy in which we want to build, and the games in which we remember the most. And I want to be a part of that NFL history. And so, any team that's on the way to contending or make those next steps on the cusp, I could see myself being part of that and taking them over the top.
Yet simply, you don't have enough money. And I'm not even speaking about money right now. I'm talking about if you're going to this new stadium, $600 million stadium, off the backs of taxpayers' money from Ohio. Why not make it more serviceable to get a couple of draft picks out of this dude, bro? You can get a couple of draft picks out of him. Oh my God, can you imagine the rebuilding process of trading away Myles? Same thing. Now you seen Rex Ryan. I don't get this kid. Shut up, Rex. The type of quarterback that Rex Ryan had for his lowly New York Jets. Let's not do this. This Mark Sanchez butt fumbles. Please, let's not do this crap. Didn't Mark Sanchez just put somebody in the hospital, bro? Or should I say the old man put Mark Sanchez in the hospital? How you getting into fights with old men? These are the type of quarterbacks that Rex Ryan defends, but he wants to criticize Shedeur.
Heart been broke so many times, I don't know what to believe. Mama say it's my fault, I wear my heart on my sleeve. Think it's best I put my...
I'ma just say it, man. Cleveland Browns need to trade Myles Garrett. Wait. I know. Go ahead and unsubscribe. Go ahead and hit the dislike. Get mad at me. I like Myles Garrett. He will be in the Hall of Fame. He's a tremendous player. I'm about to say the truth that most of you Cleveland fans know already. He's a generational player, but it doesn't transition into wins. I'm sorry, bro. It's the truth. It doesn't transition into wins. No matter how much, Myles Garrett could get 100 sacks in one season right now, and the Browns would still be 7-9. Or maybe even three games only. You dig what I'm saying? Myles Garrett doesn't translate into wins. You trade him right now, you have availability in that salary cap to get so much play. And forget about the salary cap. My God, how much first-round draft picks could you get for Myles Garrett right now? How much first-round draft picks you could get for him right now, bro? Alleviate the pain and suffering of your organization and trade him. If he doesn't benefit you through the win department, why keep him? You didn't sign a significant quarterback this year or this offseason. And who's to say you won't sign one or draft one, because that's still up in the air. I think you are going to get a quarterback. But the situation with the Browns, I'm looking at you guys like, wait a minute. You weren't able to get who you really wanted, though, because Malik Wallace is who you guys vexed and coveted. You didn't have enough money because you stuck for Deshaun Watson, who you no longer secretly really want. But no team wanted to trade for him, so you had to reconstruct this deal. You're reconstructing his deal so he could be cheaper to be traded next year. So this year, you're going to let him start. So a potential team out there could see how good he is, and you can finally alleviate yourself of that contract. But it's a lot of pieces you wanted that you weren't able to get. Simply, you don't have enough money. And I'm not even speaking about money right now. I'm talking about if you're going to this new stadium, $600 million stadium, off the backs of taxpayers' money from Ohio, why not make it more serviceable to get a couple of draft picks out of this dude, bro? You can get a couple of draft picks out of him. Oh my God, can you imagine the rebuilding process of trading away Myles Garrett? It would help the Browns tremendously, bro. And they're in dire need of this. That's why I don't get about the Browns' message here at all, bro. The moves they've been doing. This man asked to get out of Cleveland openly in the air. He asked to get out of there last year, or the year before last. It was a ploy to get more money. Most players do this. And y'all gave him a record-breaking contract. And I'm here to say again, 2 years after that contract, what has it done for Cleveland or the people of Cleveland? He doesn't venture out to Cleveland at all. He doesn't go to your communities. He picks and chooses where he favors at. And let's just be real. Some of you sisters drooling over Myles Garrett, pick your tongue up. He wouldn't spit on y'all if y'all was on fire, man. Knock it off, man. Myles Garrett ain't checking for y'all, man. Myles Garrett ain't checking for none of y'all sisters, man. And I got nothing against that, man. That's to each his own. You love who you love, but let's just keep it true. Great player, but But that ain't my kind of player. If you know, you know. You dig what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. I'm over here looking at the moves and looking at the whole optics. What's the point of keeping this player? Now you can have more options available, bro.
I flew in from Antigua. Oh, set him up. Set him up, nephew. Woo. Yeah. Chibu dropped that right in trouble. Oh, shit.
Chibu don't have a punch combination. He's strong.
He pushed it.
That's not even the end. Yo, that's crazy.
He pushed it. Hey, that's a couple of...
White cool but a pecan. Big bitch Puerto Rican.
I just wanted to salute the Hart family. Kevin Hart is such a great dad. His son enrolled to Tennessee, and this is a great moment, man. I mean, what can't we achieve with focus?
I'm over here looking at the moves and looking at the whole optics. What's the point of keeping this player? Now you can have more options available, bro. See, this is me looking out for Cleveland Browns. Finally, you can trade Shedeur and let him go to a better team who wants him. I just don't get the Browns. It's the same thing with Shedeur, bro. You guys are keeping on Shedeur, but you're not developing him right, and you aren't going to develop him the right way. You know what I mean? You're going to continue the same bullshit. You're going to pander because you can use Shedeur for ratings, merchandise sales, all type of ways you can utilize Shedeur. Who wouldn't? That's why I'm even skeptic. Like, let's pretend if Shedeur gets released and signed by another team or traded to another team. I'm skeptic. What would stop that same team from doing what the Cleveland Browns is doing to Shedeur? You know, use him for his marketability. Use him because you can commercialize Shedeur. You can get 10 times the return that you paid for. Actually, 30 to 100 times the return that you paid for Shedeur. You can pay a penny for Shedeur and get him and get back billions, bro. That's crazy. You can pay pennies to get this man and get back billions of dollars, bro. Who wouldn't get that? You think they love him and they're trying to develop him. What development with Shedeur have you guys seen? There's some backyard neighborhood situation with Shedeur he got going on. You know, the all-time quarterback gets injured on the concrete that you was playing football outside your neighborhood. That one kid y'all don't really like, but he got the stronger arm. Man, let's just get him on the field right quick. That's what they pretty much did with Shedeur. They put his injury at high risk, blamed him for everything. He was being blamed for team losses when he was not even in the games, not even practicing with the team. He was getting the blame. They blamed Shedeur for not saying nothing to the media. Remember that time they asked him about Dylan and other quarterbacks, and he just did that whole meme thing? Now you seen Rex Ryan. I don't get this kid. Shut up, Rex. The type of quarterback that Rex Ryan had for his lowly New York Jets. Let's not do this. This Mark Sanchez butt fumbles. Please, let's not do this crap. Didn't Mark Sanchez just put somebody in the hospital, bro? Or should I say the old man put Mark Sanchez in the hospital? How you getting into fights with old men? These are the type of quarterbacks that Rex Ryan defends, but he wants to criticize Shedeur Sanders. You can't make this up, bro. You cannot make this up, bro. You defend Mark Sanchez, and then you make it look like Shedeur is not a team player, although Shedeur is not the one who's even managing himself or in control of the team or the media. It's not like he called TMZ and the media and said, look, man, I'm about to have an after post-conference interview. No, you guys are looking for him because he sells. He sells. Shedeur don't have to throw one snap this year. He's going to be the most sought after quarterback simply for the market value of what he's worth. He's worth more than any of the other players in the NFL. These are facts. But, man, yeah, man, you guys need to trade Myles Garrett, cut your losses now, than just keeping somebody. Basically, the Cleveland Browns are here to cater to Myles Garrett only, watch him be a Hall of Famer while they lose every single game. And the only thing they're going to say for the next 20 years is, we had Myles Garrett. Boy, some teams are just destined to be losers upon losers, bro. And that's the Cleveland Browns, bro. Look, man, I'm DJ Bless One, Best One. Love your family, love your kids, and stay blessed. Peace.
And we certainly dipped into the bull near the top of the board, and we thought that there could be the possibility that a really quality player at the position could slip into day 3. There were actually 3 guys that we felt like were in that bucket. A lot of them, 2 of them went off early, and then Dylan was there left, and we just felt like it was a pick that we need to make.
And when you hit, hey YouTube family, man, thank you for watching the stream and thank you for supporting us, man. I'm DJ Bless One. Please come back, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Have a blessed day. Thank you.
Loser with the words, he can't get a clue to this. Not a Panther, Curtis can't even raise the fist. Too many evil in the world and 2 cheap quarters still exist. Blood moon in June, summer gone by noon. All it was left was just a simmering smiling coon. Curtis, let's rehearse this birthday. Mama gone in flames, so 83 was the worst day. Funny how the blaze is still amazing, intertwined with hustlers' ambition. Sent out another mother mission to see black demolition of the mission.